All right, look out for Charlie here. I've got a lot of electrical anomalies going on today, so if there's any interference, forgive me. Um, a couple people mentioned in the comments that this hasn't been talked about a lot, and they're actually right. I haven't really thought about it, but they're right. And I think it needs to be covered, and that's people who are electro hypersensitive or targeted or going through exposure to excessive radio frequency start to see flashes, fireworks shows in their eyes, or on each side or below the bottom they'll start to see what looks like a strobe light effect, like at the bottom of their eyes. When they close their eyes at night even, they can see this flashing light. Or you've got these little tiny pinpoints of light that are constantly popping up in your vision. And you can see this when your eyes are closed as well. Now, I covered some of this in the targets in eyes a few years ago. Some people can see perfectly bullseye target-shaped floaters in their eyes. Some can't. Some can only see it when it's magnified. And I could do this with a microscope or a jeweler's loupe looking at a light, or especially a red light really helped. A lot of people didn't understand what I was saying when I explained this. What I meant by that was I wasn't using the microscope or jeweler's loupe to look through it to see my own eye. But if you've ever used one of these before, you know that if you tilt it at just the right angle, you can see, let's say, your eyelashes, and they're extremely magnified. And you have to get it at just the right angle where the reflection of the lens is coming back up on your eye. And somehow you can see this. If you use a jeweler's loupe, you do the same thing and turn it. You turn it to where you start to get the reflection back of your eye. And if you stare there, you start to see not only your eyelash, super huge, but things that are also floating on the lens of your eye. You'll start to see these target-shaped floaters that look like bullseyes. So anyway, I wanted to explain that a little bit further. But this light, you start to see shadows. The edges of things will kind of move and breathe. A lot of it is if your pupil is unnaturally dilated and there is too much light getting in. And to go further into that is when I was a little kid, I would stare at a light bulb for 30 seconds and then turn away and blink my eyes really fast and watch the burned image of the light bulb in my eyes dissipate. Something stupid that I did as a kid. And I would do this over and over. And the only thing that would burn into my eyes like that was a light bulb. Or now, even if I'm in very dim light, I mean talking dim, like red light dim, I can look at a windowsill or the shape of something, close my eyes, and either see an exact replica of that with my eyes closed, or almost a negative copy of that with my eyes closed for quite a while, longer than I should. And there is no way that anything dim should be burning into my eyes as if it was torch bright. You know, it doesn't make any sense. But these fireworks shows are a common symptom, and it doesn't get talked about enough. Now, the creepiest thing about this is that NASA, of all people, have a great interest in this kind of stuff. Let's check it out. Let's see what NASA has to say.
Exposure might increase astronauts' risk of getting cancer, and it has weird harmful effects on their eyes and nervous system, like increasing the likelihood of cataracts many years later. Sometimes when astronauts are exposed to cosmic rays, they even start seeing flashes of light every few minutes, which we call cosmic ray visual phenomena. Some space travelers are especially...
Cosmic ray visual phenomena. Isn't that funny? I mean, you got all these people out walking the streets that go home at night, close their eyes, or they're seeing it with their eyes open. Some people see flashes with their eyes open all the time, that are dealing with cosmic ray visual phenomena. I just find that enthralling.
Sensitive to flashes, while others never report noticing them at all. The Apollo astronauts who first described them said they...
So some people that are exposed to this level of RF are very sensitive to it and see it and are affected by it, and lots of people aren't. What do you know?
They mostly look like spots, though sometimes they appear to be streaks or clouds. They were bright enough that they even kept some astronauts awake at night. And in the 1970s, some ground-based scientists conducted some maybe not so super safe experiments. They had people look at a neutron beam in dark rooms, which caused similar flashes to appear in their vision.
Neutron beams. What do you know? Amazing. Is it this huge coincidence that you have people that claim to be targeted with RF energy and they're having the same exact symptoms as astronauts? Who would be interested in this kind of research? That is something that you have to start asking yourself. Is everybody being pelted by NASA to everybody that's targeted with this, are they all being pelted by NASA to see the long-term effects of this, so we know what we can do in the future and what we can't do in the future?
Some more modern astronauts are outfitted with special helmets with cosmic ray detectors. The astronauts keep track of when they see a flash to collect data on what types and energy levels of particles seem most likely to cause them and how often they appear in different parts of space. So we're pretty sure that cosmic rays are the cause of the lights.
We're pretty sure that cosmic rays are the cause of the lights. They know exactly what's causing flashes of lights and fireworks shows in people's eyes. Give me a fucking break. There's people attesting to it, and they're just being ignored. This is nuts. This is fucking nuts. So, either it's a big mistake, or it's not.
We don't really know what's happening inside astronauts' eyeballs when these flashes occur. One possible culprit is Cherenkov radiation. These particles can interact with some of the liquid molecules, which respond by emitting some photons of light, the glowing Cherenkov radiation. Cosmic rays passing through eyeball fluid could be generating some Cherenkov radiation, which astronauts see as spots and flashes. Another possibility is that radiation from cosmic rays could interact weirdly with the retina, the tissue at the back of your eye that normally detects visual light. Scientists still aren't totally sure what the right explanation is, since it's hard to do research on the eyeballs of busy astronauts in space.
Exactly. It's totally hard to do research on the busy astronauts in space, so why not do it on the people down here? A lot of times you learn the most by staying away from targeted forums and things like that, and just going out into the general populace and searching around. And I was doing a lot of research back in the day through normal vision forums, looking for people who were seeing and dealing with these target floaters. A lot of people had this happening to them, but there was one particular case that stood out for me, and the guy was wondering what the hell was going on. He was walking down the street, felt a pop between his eyes, and at that very moment started seeing these target floaters. Freaked out, went to the doctor. Doctor said everything was normal. They did all kinds of tests. Everything was normal. But yet this guy knew something was up. The same thing is happening to these people that are seeing lights. It's all connected. So you have these dissidents that people don't like, and you have people that were picked randomly for this. But, especially the dissidents that Second Amendment advocates, or people that question 9/11, or people that did all these different things over the years that the man didn't take kindly to. And they figure, this is a dissident, derelict, degenerate. So, he's a waste of our time anyway, a useless eater. Let's hit him with this shit. And we can find out how we're going to do in long-term space travel after his eyes have been pelted with this shit for 25 years, 30 years. And then eventually, when they get it all down, they're going to turn your eyes not only into eyes, but video cameras and projectors that will project at the same time. And that's why when people are going to sleep at night, they're getting flashes of not only lights, but some people are seeing people's faces or absolute pictures and almost like movies moving in front of them. So not only are your eyes cameras, but they're also being used as projectors. People don't want to talk about this, even though there are fucking boatloads of money behind this research, that you won't even need a smartphone anymore. If you can see a screen in your eye, they've shown contact lenses like this and shown, I think there was a Mossad commercial, literally, or like, it was, the Israeli Defense Force or some shit. Anyway, they showed, contact showing this. It's not going to be long where they're going to be able to say, well, we're just going to send this to your eye. There's tons of money in this research, tons of money in using your eye as not only a camera, but a projector as well. And there's tons of money within sending sound without a phone or without anything. And people are scared to talk about it just because it hasn't gone mainstream. Once it goes mainstream, there will be people coming forward like you wouldn't believe to tell their story.